Hello, Ruse. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate you on achieving one of the greatest accomplishments of your lives thus far. This time last spring, we hoped to be at a point where we could celebrate you in person, but we are still immersed in a persisting pandemic. However, the pride I have in congratulating you not only remains, it has increased. This semester has proven your ability to adapt to unforeseen circumstances and continue to excel in your academics. We all worked together to come back to school in August and revitalize the energy of working and learning on campus while doing our part as individuals in keeping cases manageable. And we did it together. Thank you. In just a few moments, you will become graduates of the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I'm sure that many of you may be surrounded by your families and loved ones, whether virtually or at home. And they're cheering you on, just as they were only a few short years ago when you began this journey. They're sharing your accomplishments as well. They have been by your side every step of the way. Make sure to take a moment and say thank you. During your time at UMKC, you have established relationships and connections with people who have been your academic support system. I'm speaking, of course, of your classmates, professors, and university staff members who have been in your corner, helping you reach your greatest potential. They, too, share in this moment. By no means has it been an easy semester. A lot has been required of you in the final stretch of this race. You have to dig deeper to see it through. However, your tenacity, together with your growth and determination, should give you a heightened sense of accomplishment this weekend. You made it. You made the most of every opportunity and overcame every challenge to get the hands-on experience you need to be prepared for the workforce and to benefit your communities. You're ready to take on the world. You have acquired the knowledge, confidence, and skills you will need to navigate an ever-shifting landscape in the days and years to come. I cannot wait to see how you will change the world. I know that you will. Now, I would like to introduce President Moon Choi with a special message from the University of Missouri system.
Congratulations, Ruse. Your success comes during a year like no other. On top of your coursework and activities, you stepped up in our fight against COVID. You supported our healthcare efforts and tackled food insecurity. And all of you have done your part to protect your campus and community. We're so proud of you. Now you take your place in the UMKC Alumni Network that is over 125,000 strong. I want to thank the family, faculty, and staff who supported your journey. While the road ahead will still be difficult, your resilience and determination will enable you to excel. And remember, UMKC will be with you every step of the way. Congratulations again.
Hi, I'm Julia Burnsick, and it's my privilege to congratulate our 2020 graduates on behalf of the University of Missouri Board of Curators. I also want to recognize the parents, family members, and friends whose support and encouragement were essential for our students to persevere and earn the degrees we celebrate today. Graduates, you worked hard to get here, and 2020 presented many new and unforeseen challenges that you had to overcome. And you did it! The fact that we can't be here together in person today doesn't celebrate this moment, and it does not diminish your achievement, nor does it limit the exciting opportunities and adventures that lie ahead. Earning a degree demonstrates that you have the passion, discipline, and resilience to succeed when you put your mind to it. In the immortal words of Van Halen, "Oh baby, we belong in a world that must be strong. That's what dreams are made of. And in the end, on dreams we will depend, because that's what love is made of." Today you join a network of successful alumni who are achieving their dreams. I hope you stay in touch with your fellow classmates and draw upon this strong network to help you. And as alumni, remember to reach back to help guide those who follow you. Again, on behalf of the entire Board of Curators, congratulations and best wishes for a bright future.
To the class of 2020, I want to take a moment to congratulate you on a job well done. Commencement is a culmination of your hard work, dedication, and tenacity, especially in the difficult times we are in. I am beyond proud of each of you for pushing through to complete this journey. Your persistence speaks volumes. As a faculty member and now provost, I've had a chance to connect with so many students through the years and help guide them toward their academic and career goals. I've been honored to witness your growth, and though I'm sad we still aren't able to shake your hands as you cross the stage today, I look forward to the day when you're able to return as alumni and share your accomplishments with the Roos following in your footsteps. Commencement means to begin or to start. And as you prepare to start your life's next journey, I encourage you to continue taking advantage of the resources UMKC has to offer. Tap into the 1,000-strong network of fellow graduates all over the world and maintain the relationships you've built with faculty and staff. UMKC will always be home, and you will always have a support system wherever you go. This semester has taught us that the possibilities to remain connected, whether near or far, are endless. And we've had a mix of both this fall, starting the semester on campus and finishing remotely. But what that's shown us is that there is no challenge you can't overcome. I encourage you to remind yourselves of that when you enter the workforce. You are well equipped to do anything you put your mind to and accomplish your dreams. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for choosing UMKC as the road to lead you to changing the world. The world needs you, and I can't wait to see the impact you'll make in the years to come. Go get 'em, Roos. Now, I have the privilege of introducing our commencement speaker. We are so honored to have Don Cheadle with us today. With a resume that's as varied and expansive as it is rich in depth of the characters he brings to life, Academy Award nominee Don Cheadle is, without question, one of the most highly sought after and premier actors of his generation. He's also a Kansas City native, born right here in Kansas City, Missouri. He has appeared in countless movies, like Devil in a Blue Dress, and many of the Marvel Universe movies, such as Iron Man 2 and 3, and The Avengers, just to name a few. Thank you, Mr. Cheadle, for joining us today to help celebrate our graduates.
Dear UMKC graduating class of 2020, congratulations. Let's start off by acknowledging that graduating in a virtual space is not ideal, but in spite of the odds, you made it here. It goes without saying that 2020 has been one of the worst years in the history of years. But you are all the silver lining. So I hope you are very proud of what you've accomplished thus far. I know I certainly am. And I know that the faculty and staff of UMKC and your families are as well. Your presence here shows that while managing to hunker down at home, you pushed through, stayed safe, and persevered. Your presence here shows that you are smart and have good brains. I am here to commend you on that, but more importantly, I am here to encourage you to nurture and honor your good hearts during this very trying time. It will take everything in you to move forward, to find your level, to continue to grow. But you've already demonstrated that you have what it takes. This moment is not bigger than you. You will be instrumental in shaping where we all go from here as you support and supplant the old guard and put each of your individual stamps on the world. We can't wait to see what change you will initiate, and it can't come soon enough. Hopefully, one of the most invaluable practices your schooling has taught you, one that you can carry forward for your entire life, is the practice of listening. With the glut of information as well as misinformation and disinformation coming at you 24/7, it has become increasingly important to listen critically, to develop the ability to take in information, sift it, weigh it, question it, check it against your biases, run it by your good hearts, and then search for your own answers. As you navigate an ever-changing world, developing this skill will help you find your true north. It will help you to find the answers that are particular to your journey. As you move and shake, the task will come before you again and again and again. But that's a good thing. Consider the alternative. Everyone with access to the internet has the ability to just seek consensus, self-silo, settle into a place of comfort where thoughts and ideas are concerned, listening only to that which is easy to digest. I would challenge you to resist that temptation and learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's how authentic growth takes place. It's a lesson that I myself have to relearn again and again as the world continues to challenge our beliefs and oftentimes pit us against one another. It's important to constantly check in with yourself and recognize when you're not acting from your good brain, but from your reflexive brain, your fear-based brain, your base animal brain that tells you that all fear means that the hungry lion is chasing you, that you have to run, fight, or freeze. That's when you have to listen to yourself, that tiny voice. It's there. Check in. It's when you have to relax and reset, sometimes just rest, so that you can get back to the task at hand, shedding that fear and being the world beaters that you are primed to be. Now, I say this because the world is obviously full of fear and in need of serious fixing. Perhaps it is unfair for our generation to look to you to roll up your sleeves, to help course correct the shortcomings of today, problems dropped in your lap that you're not really responsible for. But that's the gig. In a mid-COVID, post-George Floyd America, I believe you will all emerge from these incredibly strange and difficult times with hard-earned wisdom. Now, I can't see or hear you right now, but I imagine some of you, maybe a lot of you, are sitting there watching this thinking, does he know he's supposed to be encouraging us? Did he get the memo? Not, trying to stress the hell out of us? I did. I do. I know. I'm sorry. But let me tell you, I believe you were all forged in the crucible of 2020, and you are as prepared, if not more prepared, to take on what's coming down the pike with courage and energy and aspiration than any graduating class before or since. Think about it. You are some of the most informed, most aware, most active, most plugged in people on the planet. And the hard knocks you've earned have made for a strong fortitude and will. You've got this. It doesn't mean you're invincible. Of course, nobody is. We all, like the song says, from time to time, need somebody to lean on. And I hope you can find in one another that critical support when needed. Some of my closest friends to date are the ones I met in college. Our shared experience is bonding us in a significant way that endures until today. Our friendship's still there for each other in times of need. But if you find it not in one another, I hope you can always carry forward the ability to ask for help when you need it. There's no shame in raising your hand when things get hard. We are all moving through this challenging place and time together, and seeking help can be as important as offering it. Something else you will likely face again and again, your role vacillating between giver and receiver as time shuffles on. All of these things you'll become better and better at, with each experience giving you new tools and greater perspective on your life, because you've learned how to learn. You know how to listen. When I graduated college in 1986, yes, that is a real year. It does exist. Another disease had crashed down upon us and was circling the globe, taking many lives. AIDS. At that time, we all knew very little about it beyond the fact that it was transmitted through sex and bodily fluids, that there was no known treatment or cure, and that it was 100% terminal. There was an understandably fair amount of dread surrounding it, but it became a political wedge, as well as a cudgel to use against the marginalized, something to fear as opposed to understand, to shun folk rather than to draw them near. AIDS, not unlike COVID, brought out the best and worst of us. Those who gave over to fear and scorn and condemnation created a scarier atmosphere for those suffering as well as for their loved ones. And it was only through the constant and consistent work of people throwing in from all angles, people who leaned into science and cooperation and ultimately accessed their compassion, that the tide turned on this disease to find us where we are today, with an understanding of the causes behind it, with less and less judgment and more appreciation for those having to endure the battle. Those lessons can be applied today, not only to COVID, but to injustice, racism, transphobia, the fear and hatred that othering people gives rise to. For these are also diseases that have the power to kill, and they will only be eradicated with the sciences of love and understanding, the application of compassion, the practice of listening, and appreciating with your good brains and good hearts so that you can continue to grow and teach others to grow as well. We've come through months and months of struggle so that we can all come out the other side wiser and stronger, beat up a bit maybe, but not beaten, tired, but not deterred, restless and ready to emerge from hibernation in order to put all these new skills to the test. The first step of which you've already passed, as again, here you are. Each of you a testament to fortitude and perseverance. Your journey into out there begins with the first step. So please remember to check the ground before you walk. Please remember that there are no pat answers, no real ones anyway, no matter what anybody tells you. Your answers come as a result of you being present in your lives and showing up over and over and over. Please remember that the only bad mistake is the one that you don't learn from. Please remember that if it feels good, don't do it. I'm actually talking to myself and thinking about Twitter. Be very careful with that one. Please remember that there's only one unique you, and your gift to the world is to keep checking in and pushing that rock up the hill as much as you can, so that if at all possible, you're leaving a less rocky terrain ahead for the next rock pusher that's coming behind you. Please remember that as lonely as the journey may seem at times, there are many others going through a similar experience who are likely seeking support, and that giving that support actually benefits the giver as well as the receiver, sometimes more so. Please remember that there is only one planet we all share, and looking out for those who have the hardest time looking out for themselves will always be the highest task at hand for its compassionate residents. Please remember to laugh and have fun, or else what's the point of this one-time visit here? Please remember when in a relationship with your significant others, as Deepak Chopra instructs, when you're wrong, apologize. When you're right, say nothing. Good luck with that one. Please remember that there's more than one right in almost all situations, and you only become seriously wrong when you harden your heart and determine that your right is singular and correct. That doesn't mean don't listen to yourself. It means listen even more closely with your good brain and good heart and try to put yourself in another's shoes and then act accordingly. Please remember that at some point in time, you're likely to forget any and or all of these things you need to remember, and just remember that you know how to learn, and that if you're open and thoughtful and heartful, the answers will come. They always do, even if they're uncomfortable, which often they are. Please remember, it ain't over till it's over. And as long as you're here above ground and breathing, you always have a shot to win the game. Today, you're 1-0. Congrats. Time to put it all into practice. Leave it all on the floor. I want to thank you in advance for your participation and your passion and your stick-to-itiveness. Thank you for being an example to all of us for what we can achieve when we put our heads down, despite the interference in our way, and just get about the job of being excellent. I want you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, that's right, you did the damn thing. Because you did, and you have, and you will, over and over and over again. I have no doubt. I would like to close with a poem that was written by one of your fellow alumni and my cousin, Glenn North, who recently graduated from UMKC's creative writing program. It's a new take on one of our grandmother's favorite poems, If, by Rudyard Kipling. It contains a wealth of wisdom, and it is so relevant today. If, the remix, by Glenn North. If you can look at yourself in the mirror and hold your gaze without turning away, if you can learn the lessons from your errors and seldom put your winnings on display, If you can be a boss and remain humble, or be a worker proudly mopping floors. If you can get up every time you stumble and knock your way through a city of closed doors. If you can climb each mountain with bloody hands, view the world with compassion from the top, get pushed off with no idea of where you'll land, and choose to remain silent as you drop. If you can love without reservation and not expect anything in return, fight injustice without hesitation, be a place of refuge when the city burns. If you can graduate during a pandemic, if race nor class determines who you love, if you are both street smart and academic, if getting high on life is your favorite drug, if how you treat others measures your success and what you give means more than what you gain, if in any state you still feel that you're blessed, if you know that along with joy, there must be pain. If you can learn to control your appetites, you will discover the world's greatest wealth. On your journey to reach the highest heights, the greatest skill is mastery of self. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up and showing out. And congratulations, UMKC's graduating class of 2020. You did the damn thing.
I, James McCusick, Dean of the Honors College, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Kati Toivonen, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, upon the recommendation of the faculty, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, these candidates who have completed their requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Diane Petrella, Dean of the Conservatory, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Brian Kloss, Dean of the Henry W. Block School of Management, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Theodore White, Dean of the School of Biological and Chemical Sciences, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Kevin Truman, Dean of the School of Computing Engineering, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Carolyn Barber, Interim Dean of the School of Education, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Barbara Glessner Fines, Dean of the UMKC School of Law, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, these students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Marianne Jackson, Dean of the School of Medicine, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Joy Roberts, Interim Dean of the School of Nursing and Health Studies, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
I, Russ Melchert, Dean of the School of Pharmacy, present to you Chancellor Agrawal and Provost Lundgren, upon the recommendation of the faculty, students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Curators of the University of Missouri System, I hereby confer upon each candidate the respective degree for which they have been nominated, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Senator Roy Blunt. Today is a great day to celebrate you and your families as we recognize the class of UMKC 2020.
It wasn't that long ago that I was in your shoes, graduating from UMKC and trying to figure out what I was going to do next.
Learning how to adapt to change, to deal with uncertainty, and to persevere when it seems like the odds are against you is one of life's greatest skills.
My hope for you is that whatever you do, never stop learning, exploring, growing, and challenging yourself to be your very best.
The right thing to do is usually the hard thing, but do it anyway.
Enjoy the process. Understand that there's a lot of good things to success and failure along the way, and it's about getting to that end result. And when you do, you can remember what you did before to get there.
Life is hard. Life's gonna bring challenges in your life, but it's the people that keep their head up and persevere and fight through that struggle and keep working hard to move past those failures, and eventually it's gonna work out and everything is gonna turn out. So don't be afraid to fail.
When I think about all the happiness that I've accrued over my lifetime, it doesn't come from the goals that I've achieved. It comes from the relationships I have with other people. Be good to the people that are good to you.
These unprecedented times have been a challenge for us all, but you all have accomplished something very special. Be proud of what you worked so hard to accomplish, and much success in the future.
Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to overcome this situation, and believe that you have what it takes to change the world, because I do.
I want to wish the class of 2020 a huge congratulations. Best of luck to everyone on the next endeavors in their life.
To the graduating class of 2020, congratulations. Best wishes on a bright future.
And this year of 2020 has been some kind of year. We're literally watching the world change right before our very eyes.
And as new graduates, you now get to be part of that change.
So get out there and use what UMKC has taught you to do your part to make our communities thrive and the world a better place.
Hey UMKC grads, I wanted to say a happy graduation. I'm Mayor Quentin Lucas here of Kansas City. I hope you stay around KC, but wherever you go, good luck to you and go Roogs.